Hey everybody, this is Dr. Dane. I know it's been a while, but welcome to this installment of What the Bleep is Energy. Let's talk about this for a moment. A lot of people try to use their brain. They try to rationalize to figure out energy. But that's not the way energy works. And energy in a lot of people's worlds is this sort of esoteric concept. You know, you'll have people in tie-dyed robes that smell like patchouli who haven't bathed in weeks going, I understand energy and I'm phenomenally energetic. And for those of us sort of real people in the world, we don't get that. It doesn't make sense. And so we try to figure it out with our brain. We try to rationalize it. And what you want to recognize is energy is irrational. Everything you are energetically is irrational. Everything you can create from energy is irrational. Everything you can choose from energy is irrational. Let me give you an example. There's a person I was working with at one point who had diabetes. And the question I ask when I do a session is, if you could have anything out of this, what would it be? Because I want to know what they really desire in their life, because maybe I can contribute something to them having it. Maybe there's just one lie that they bought when they were young. You know, if somebody goes, oh, I want to be smart. And I'm like, well, when did you buy that you weren't smart? And they go, when I was bored, I was reading at school and I couldn't read. I'm like, it's okay, nobody can read it for her, don't worry about it. So there are ways of changing things with real practical ways like that. So I asked this guy, if you could have anything, what would it be? And he said, I've got diabetes and I'd like to change it. And I was like, well, I don't know if we can do that, but I'd love to contribute to giving your body more ease. And so what I did is I just looked at the energetics of where his body was functioning. And it's weird because you can do this with people's bodies and most people don't realize that, but you can actually, take anybody's body. It's easier if it's not somebody you know really well, somebody you just meet on the street or somebody that's sort of a distant friend or a distant relative that you don't see very often. Because the people that we know really well, we have really solid points of view about them and what's going on. So I had only met this man a couple of times. And what I did was I just sort of got this energetic snapshot. And I realized that there was this thing that was there with him energetically. It wasn't really contributing to his body. And I said, hey, can I help you change this? And he said, sure. And so I don't know how to describe what I do. I just know we all can do it to some degree. Some of us more, some of us less. You know, some of us, it's a calling. Some of us, it's just sort of a dabble, something we play with. And I started being with him in such a way, and I started talking to him. I'm like, how is your body feeling? He went, something's different. I'm like, okay, tell me. He went, there's a sense of more peace. It feels like I'm more connected. There's more ease. And the end result was, after the session, he had a sense of space with his body, a sense of connection with his body. Now, am I going to say we healed the diabetes? No. But we did give him a greater connection with his body. We'll see what happens with the diabetes. But I've recognized over the years that if you're totally irrational, if you don't try to figure things out with your brain, if you don't try to figure out how this thing fits into a particular box, then you can just be there for what is, and the being that you are starts changing this. It's part of what the bleep is energy, you being with somebody without a point of view, not trying to rationalize it, not trying to understand it, not even trying to understand why, that allows you to be there with somebody to such a degree that the things that are in their life can change. I know it sounds almost too simple, but I wanted you to have this understanding that the irrational you is the miraculous you. You could ask a question like this: what energy, space, and consciousness can I be to be the infinite irrational miracle my body and I truly be? And everything that doesn't allow it, right, wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Hope it's a contribution, my beautiful friends, from lovely Langkawi. What if you, truly being you, are the gift, the change, and the possibilities this world requires? You are when you're being the irrational you. I look forward to being with you next time, and I can't wait to meet you in person someday. Bye-bye.